Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, NosaaNation, man. Today we got a new special video, man. How good was Shaq actually? Now, you guys are wanting me to react to this video, man. If you're new here, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, you know, all that bull. Finish that. Now, man, Shaq killed O'Neal. We're talking about Shaq himself, Shaq Diesel, bro. Like, bro, you guys not know what this, like, what we be finna watch right now? The most dominant center in the history of the NBA, man. The most dominant center ever. Bro. But yeah, with that being said, hope you guys had a blessed day. And with that being said, let's get straight to the video, man. You see, I got my hair cut and shit. Fresh cut. I got it down locked. Let's get straight to it, though. Shaq Diesel, bro.
Shaquille O'Neal was the most brutal force in the NBA, is one of the
yes,
funniest men alive, and has a net worth of $400 million. But how good was his career really? And where does he rank among the all-time?
Yo, you know what's funny? I saw I remember he posted something on Instagram, bro, talking about I'm selling a bad shit, my bad shit for $2.5 million, and I'm it's like serious buyers only, and I'm just like, and we're just like me, I'm just like, bro, this man selling his house like we got the money or some shit, bro. That shit is so funny. Like, Shaq is such a funny guy, man. He's so funny.
And best centers. Road to the NBA. Does size matter? For Shaq, his size made all the difference. At the age of 3, Shaq's mother would carry his birth certificate just to prove that he was not in school yet.
Yo, how the hell do y'all find these baby pictures, bro?
For free. Because of his size, Shaq often beat up other kids and was turning into a juvenile delinquent. He nearly got kicked out of 7th grade. The debtor in jail stereotype would have probably been his destiny if it weren't for Sergeant Philip Harris.
Oh, and he's from New Jersey too, bro. So you know, when you come from New Jersey, like I heard New Jersey motherfuckers over there are you gotta be tough, man. You gotta be like that, bro. You gotta be like that when you coming from those, you know what I'm saying, from areas from New Jersey, bro. When you coming from New Jersey, New York, LA, Chicago, Miami. Well, not really Miami, because Miami, you know what I'm saying, you got, like, you know what I'm saying, big bitches over there and shit like that. So not really, but Miami. Yep. Miami is like that. Yep. It get like that in Miami, for sure. And Texas too. Houston, Dallas, it get like that. So you gotta be like that, bro. Unfortunately, that's just what you know. Your environment, man. You become a product of your environment, you know.
Harrison, Shaq's stepfather. Harrison's Army background and tough love were just the kind of discipline Shaq needed. Shaq would get whooped for bad behavior, and Shaq a fool on the court. Then one day, when Shaq was 13, already standing at 6'7", the size of an average NBA player, Shaq was playing basketball at the Army base in Germany, where Harrison was stationed. And he met Dale Brown, the head coach for the Louisiana State University. "Soldier, what's your rank?" Brown asked. "I don't have a rank. I'm only 13, Shaq responded. "Take me to your father immediately," Brown said, and offered Shaq a scholarship for LSU on the very same day.
This man was 6'7" when he was 13? Holy shit.
O'Neal's family then moved to Texas, where Shaq became a star for Cole High School. He led his team to a 68-1 record over 2 years, and won the state championship as a senior. Schools everywhere were sending O'Neal scholarship offers, but he stayed loyal to LSU and Coach Brown. Then, warming up before his first game for LSU, the whole arena got quiet. Everybody was murmuring and talking about a monster that had just come out to play, because Shaq was the biggest human that they had ever seen. He stood at 7'1", weighing nearly 300 pounds, with a 7'7" wingspan, enormous hands, and size 23 shoes. And it was hard to believe that someone that big can move so fast. Shaq had a relatively modest freshman year at LSU, but in the next 2 seasons, Shaq averaged 25 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Even though Christian Laettner got selected over him to join the Dream Team in the 1992 Olympics, there was no question about who's the more talented NBA prospect. The Orlando Magic thought so too, and they selected Shaq with the first pick in the 1992 NBA draft. The biggest kid at Disney World.
This dude, Shaq was so goated, bro. Like, when the NBA had the 50th greatest, the 50th century, the 50th anniversary, greatest teams, like how they have it, like every year, like every, I don't know, every 20 years or something like that. They just did NBA 75th team. So 50th team, Shaq got selected, bro. Shaq got selected. And that shit happened in like 1996, bro. That was in 1996, I think. And Shaq got selected, bro. He was the last person that got selected. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't win. And he was in the NBA. I think he was in the NBA for like 4 or 5 years, bro.
Shaq was no ordinary rookie. Against the Nets, he broke the backboard. And against the Suns, he brought down the entire basket.
Yeah,
the NBA had to change the rules and ordered all teams to strengthen their baskets.
They have to get stronger backboards.
Shaq attack. But Shaq was more than a powerful freak of nature. His handles were extraordinary for a man of his size.
Look at Jordan, bro. Look at that.
Just like Giannis does today. O'Neal averaged 23 points, 14 rebounds, and 3.5 blocks per game. He became the first rookie selected to the All-Star game since Michael Jordan in 1985, and was voted Rookie of the Year almost unanimously. And because he dominated the camera and microphone just as well as he did on the court, the all-singing and all-dancing giant became a marketer's dream. After missing the playoffs by...
This man came into the NBA first-round pick. His first week, he was already Player of the Week, bro. His first week in the NBA.
At 1 game in his rookie year, Shaq's popularity immediately transferred his game to a movie set. He became Neon Budeau, a fictional character in Blue Chips, one of the best basketball movies ever. On the set, Shaq met Penny Hardaway, a star point guard at the University of Memphis. The duo immediately clicked and had great chemistry. Orlando had just a 0.01% chance to get the first pick in the upcoming draft, but they lucked out, and Shaq harassed the Magic management to select Penny. Shaq got his wish granted, and everyone believed they would become Magic and Kareem 2.0. In 1994, Shaq averaged 29 points per game on a league-leading 60% shooting, along with 13 rebounds and 3 blocks.
That's insane,
he was fourth in the MVP voting, and Penny was the runner-up for Rookie of the Year. Orlando won 50 games in the regular season.
This man had shot 60% from the field, bro. Do you guys not know how hard that is to do? Like, bigs don't even do that nowadays, bro.
But they got punched in the mouth in the playoffs. The Pacers swept Orlando, and the Magic brass realized that they needed to add some veterans, so they signed Horace Grant and Brian Shaw. In 1995, Shaq led the NBA in scoring. Penny became an all-star. Orlando won 57 games and had the best record in the league. Once playoffs came around, they got past the Celtics and won their first playoff series in franchise history. However, nobody expected them to get past the second round. Not when their opponent was the Bulls, and Michael Jordan returned from baseball. MJ averaged 31 points in that series on 48% shooting, but Orlando had a better team. Their starting lineup all averaged 15 points per game or more, led by O'Neal's...
Do you guys hear that? This man beat Jordan, bro, in the playoffs. Like, this man beat Jordan's team in the playoffs, bro. Like, how many people could ever say that? Like, that would be the biggest... That's like the biggest flex, bro. Like Shaq could be like, yo, I beat Jordan in the playoffs, bro. My team beat Jordan in the playoffs. Y'all tripping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
24-13, and the Magic won the series in 6 games. In the conference finals, Shaq led the way to victory in the deciding Game 7, and Orlando avenged their loss to the Pacers. But the fight wasn't over yet. In the finals, they'd have to play against Hakeem Olajuwon and the defending champions, the Houston Rockets. In Game 1, Orlando had a 3-point lead with 10 seconds remaining. Nick Anderson was at the free throw line, and he missed both, but got the rebound and got fouled again.
Nick
Anderson
Anderson
go on to miss the next two as well, and Kenny Smith hit a 3 to send the game to overtime. In the OT, the Rockets would prevail, and this became a huge psychological failure for Orlando. Even though he played a great series offensively, Shaq couldn't stop Hakeem on the other end, and the Rockets swept the Magic. O'Neal later admitted that he was still very immature during that time, and that he and teammate Dennis Scott partied for a week before the finals, instead of preparing. The 1996 Orlando was even stronger than in 95, winning 60 games in the regular season, which is still a franchise record. And they reached the conference finals, a duel with the 72-10 Chicago Bulls. With the addition of Dennis Rodman, the best supporting cast in the league, and MVP Jordan, Orlando had no chance, and they got swept. After the season, O'Neal became a free agent. Nobody thought much of it, thinking that Shaq would remain in Orlando because they had a great team. But then, the ownership started stalling with his contract negotiations, offering O'Neal less money than he wanted. And after 85% of readers in the Orlando Sentinel said that O'Neal is not worth $100 million, Shaq's ego couldn't take it, and he wanted out. So Jerry West swooped in and lured Shaq to LA with a big contract, bright Hollywood lights, and one brash 18-year-old shooting guard. La La Land.
Honestly, bro, I think Shaq had his best years on the Lakers. Honestly, I think he had his best years on the Lakers. By far.
Shaq's personality was made for LA. He was rapping, making movies, and hanging out with celebrities. But even though he was delivering his usual numbers...
And I guess y'all didn't notice. I guess y'all didn't notice. This man Shaq has a song with this man right here. The legend. Notorious B.I.G., bro. How many people in the hip hop community can say they got a song with one of the greatest rappers ever, bro? Like, this man Shaq is golden, bro. He's Shaq Diesel, bro.
In field goal percentage, the Lakers weren't very successful and were getting swept in the playoffs. The general public started to wonder if Shaq is truly a great player and if he was committed to winning. After the 1999 season, they hired a 6-time NBA champion head coach, Phil Jackson. In the offseason, Shaq was no longer making bad movies and partying. For once, he spent his summer in the gym, got into the best shape of his life. O'Neal led the NBA in scoring. He spent his summer in the gym, got into the...
What is this? Yo, bro, this video is crazy, bro. This video is crazy.
Best shape of his life. O'Neal led the NBA in scoring.
Yo, do you guys not know that that's a whole human, bro? That's a whole human body. And this man is carrying them with both.
Percentage with nearly 30 points.
Oh my god!
4 assists and 3 blocks on average. He was just one vote shy of becoming the first unanimous MVP in NBA history. That regular season in 2000, the Lakers won 67 games, which was the 5th best result ever. It seemed like they would sleepwalk through the West and get to the finals, but the Portland Trailblazers had other plans. In Game 7 of the conference finals, Portland had a 15-point lead in the 4th quarter, and it looked like Shaq was going to swallow another bitter pill. But all of a sudden, the Blazers kept missing. And with 1 minute to go, Kobe threw an alley-oop to Shaq, which completed the comeback, and became arguably the most memorable play in Lakers history. The Lakers did it. They were in the finals against the Pacers, and Shaq was on a mission. Despite a formidable resistance from Reggie Miller and Jalen Rose, they couldn't do anything against O'Neal, who averaged 38 points and 17 rebounds in the series. The Lakers won in 6 games, and Shaq was finally an NBA champion. But Diesel was satisfied with winning 1 championship, and he went back to his chilling and partying all summer. So coming into training camp out of shape, Kobe Bryant was pissed, and their relationship started to deteriorate. While Shaq was shedding the extra pounds, Kobe became the Lakers' new best player. And even though the Lakers won 11 games less than the previous year, everything still clicked towards the playoffs. They swept the entire Western Conference, and everybody expected them to do the same against the Sixers in the finals. Until Allen Iverson played one of the best games in finals history. He scored 48 points in the Staples Center, stepped over Tyronn Lue,
oh my god,
for the Sixers. However, this
Allen Iverson torched them.
pissed Shaq off. So even though he was guarded by the Defensive Player of the Year, Dikembe Mutombo, Shaq came back on another level. O'Neal averaged 33 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3.5 blocks.
Oh, by the way, RIP, rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo, by the way. He passed away. I think he passed away last year. Rest in peace. Last year or this year, I don't know. But I do know he passed away. RIP to him.
The Lakers won the next 4 games and the championship. In 2002, Shaq and Kobe and the Lakers continued their dominance. But this year, there was finally a worthy opponent, the #1 seed Sacramento Kings. The Kings played the best basketball all year long, and they had what it took to dethrone the Lakers. But with some bad luck and arguably the worst officiating in NBA history, Sacramento couldn't deliver the final punch. And the Lakers advanced to the finals, where they swept the Nets.
Yeah, bro. Let me know if you guys want me to do a video on the 2002 Western Conference Finals. Let me know if you guys want me to do like a video on that. I think it'll be really interesting. You know.
O'Neal averaged 36, 12, and 4, and won his 3rd consecutive Finals MVP. In 2003, Tim Duncan and the Spurs proved to be too strong for the Lakers.
3 straight championships,
which is why
man.
In 2004, LA added Karl Malone and Gary Payton to form a super team. And even though they were the best team on paper, the Lakers grew extremely dysfunctional. Shaq feuded with Jerry Buss over a new contract and complained about Kobe. Shaq said Kobe was selfish and didn't throw him the ball enough. So Kobe responded by calling O'Neal fat and lazy. But despite all the turmoil, the Lakers were still so talented, and they reached another NBA Finals. However, the lack of team chemistry showed its ugly head when it was most important. Kobe was forcing things, and Shaq was successfully guarded by Ben Wallace, which was the first time in several years a player could contain Shaq one-on-one. Detroit defeated LA in
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, And recipes of Kobe and everything like that. I ain't trying to be like, you know what I'm saying, pessimistic or whatever the case is. I'm not trying to. But I'm telling you right now, bro. Kobe is a big reason why they lost against Detroit, bro. If Kobe wasn't forcing shots and he was actually like passing it to Shaq, because Shaq was playing great and he was playing great in those finals. If he would have just gave Shaq the ball and let Shaq go to work instead of forcing shots, maybe that would have put them in a better position to actually win, bro. You know what I'm saying? But a big reason, and I'm not gonna say Kobe didn't try or whatever like that. Kobe hit the game-winning shot in Game 2 in that finals. But I think if we would have won them that championship if they would have just had number one, they had chemistry, like he said, and they just gave Shaq the ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Kobe was forcing too much shots in that finals, and I honestly think that he had a lot of stuff on his mind because a lot of things went down that year. So that, coupled with the whole beef with Shaq, coupled with the whole Karl Malone was trying to get at his wife or some shit. Like, all type of crazy shit happened that year. So I think his mind was distracted, you know what I'm saying? And I think Kobe should have just gave it to Shaq, let Shaq go to work, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He still won 2 championships after that, so it is what it is, you know. And Shaq still won 1 championship, so it's, you know, it is what it is, you know. But part of the reason, a big part of the reason why they lost that finals because of Kobe. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Like, and no one really talks about it, but I think a big part of the reason was because of Kobe. Like, he was just forcing too much. He was just forcing too much shots, man. He was just shooting too much, you know, and he wasn't, he wasn't passing the ball, you know, because like Shaq was still like cooking Ben Wallace, bro. Like, Shaq was still cooking him. Like, Shaq wasn't, like, he was still getting locked down. I think he got locked down like some games, but Shaq was still scoring and stuff like that. Like, he was still playing really well.
Games, and it was the end of the road for Shaq and Kobe, whose relationship got bad beyond repair. The Lakers didn't want to lose Kobe, and Shaq was too expensive for their taste, so they traded Big Diesel to Miami. South Beach. Shaq ballooned to nearly 400 pounds at the end of his Lakers days. that wasn't going to fly with Pat Riley and Miami's 10% body fat policy. So for the 2005 season, Big Diesel got to 320 pounds, wanting to show the Lakers that they should have chosen him over Kobe. He finished second in the MVP race behind Steve Nash, and he's still salty about it. But the Heat had the #1 seed and swept their first 2 playoff series. However, in the conference finals, the Pistons edged them in 7 games. Shaq couldn't let that slide, and in 2006, Miami got back at the Pistons. This time, it was Miami who advanced to the finals, for the first time in franchise history. However, the championship was looking unattainable for the Heat against the Mavericks. Dallas had a 2-0 lead and a big advantage in the fourth quarter of Game 3. Thanks to D. Wade, the Heat pulled off an upset and brought the dream back to life. Then, out of nowhere, Miami turned the tables and went on to win the next 3 games and the series. Shaq was clearly second fiddle to Wade, but he delivered on his promise and brought a championship parade to South Beach.
Bro, D. Wade, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, D. Wade, outside of the... I'm not talking about what he's doing outside the court. I'm talking about when he was playing. D. Wade is one of the greatest players of all time. We're talking about in the court, bro. You gotta give him his respect, bro. You know what I'm saying? But what he's doing outside the court... Listen, I'm not talking about that. That's not my business. But what he's doing when he was in that court, when he was within those 4 lines, D Wade was that dude, man. I'm telling y'all, man.
Drama followed Shaq.
D Wade was that dude.
He nearly fought Pat Riley at practice. His days in Miami were numbered. In 2009, he was named the All-Star MVP together with Kobe, and that was the last highlight of his career. Shaq spent the last couple of years trying to chase a ring next to LeBron in Cleveland, and with Boston's Big 3. But Big Diesel was getting older and heavier, so after his Achilles broke in the 2011 playoffs, he was forced to retire from the NBA. Legacy. Shaq was a terrible free throw shooter, and he didn't work hard during practice. He partied like a rock star, and he could have been much better defensively. Phil Jackson said that he was the laziest superstar ever, and that his 2000 MVP year was the only season Shaq was ever in shape. O'Neal's ego also made him clash with teammates and coaches often. But for the first 14 years of his career, Shaq averaged 26 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2.5 blocks. He led the league in field goal percentage 10 times and won 4 championships, with 3 led the league in field goal percentage 10 times and won 4 championships, with 3 finals MVPs and 1 regular season MVP. If we're talking about the best centers ever, Kareem was the only one who had individual accolades and team success that could match Shaq. And yes, Hakeem was a better shooter and a better defender. And the same is true for David Robinson. Bill Russell has more championships.
Damn, David Robinson looks
and the same is true for
David Robinson looks fucking swole, bro. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at this, bro. Fucking swole, bro. This man put you in a headlock, you're done.
For David Robinson, Bill Russell has more championships, and Wilt had better individual stats.
Put you in a headlock,
However,
you're done.
None of those great centers were as dominant as Shaq was in his prime, because there was nobody at his size that moved that fast, ever, not even Wilt. Between 2000 and 2002, O'Neal averaged 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 blocks in the playoffs. Kobe was great in everything, but Shaq was the main problem for every Lakers opponent during that era. Many say that if Shaq had an approach to basketball like Kobe, he could have won 10 titles and 5 MVPs. Yeah, Shaq could have worked harder, but he did it his way and had arguably the most fun out of any NBA player ever. Shaq was enjoying life to the fullest, and he still won 4 titles and 6 trips to the NBA Finals.
Facts.
He still ranks among the 5 best centers ever and among the 20 best players in NBA history.
Can you dig it?
Man, that was a dope video, man. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to react to how good was Kobe actually, or 10 most shocking trades in NBA history. So with that being said, man, hope you guys enjoyed that reaction. Hope you guys have a blessed day. And with that being said, man, thank you for watching, and I'm out, man.